Hi, hello, it's me again. Oh, sugar. Do I only have one earring in? Oh no, they're both here. I didn't gather my bearings before this. Oh, I'm nervous. Okay.
Ever since the day that you went away, you've been sending flowers to me, flowers today. Instead of sending flowers, come back to me and hold me in your arms again.
What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another video on my channel. Long time no see. I know the last time you saw me, I was doing Vlogmas, and I only got to day 3, and I felt like it's not right for me to just stop Vlogmas and post regular videos. Like, Vlogmas never happened, so why would I keep posting in December? That's not fair to you guys. So I waited until January. It is now January 11th, I believe. And I'm back with bangers, and I'm here with consistent bangers because now I don't feel obligated to post every day, and I don't feel the pressure of Vlogmas as a first-time YouTuber. Woohoo! I am also giving away a Google Nest Mini, and you have to stay until the end of the video to figure out how you can win this bad boy. Okay, it is brand new, still in the wrapper, tells you everything you can do with it, tells you the music you can play, the videos you can summon on YouTube, anything like that. It is actually really cool and really handy to have. I love it, and I can't wait to give you guys one. Anyways, I have a story to tell you guys. This story is about my first ever date, my literal first ever date that I was asked and taken out on, and how terrible it went. So it all started out in middle school. I was an innocent child. I literally barely even cussed. I remember during middle school, I used to say, "What the cuss?"
Are you cussing with me?
No, you cussing with me?
Don't cuss and point.
You're gonna cuss with somebody. You're not gonna cuss with me, you little cuss.
Or cuss you, or shut the cuss up. I used to say that. I did, and I was proud of it, and I still am. Because I was only in middle school. I didn't need to be saying those words anyway. Did people make fun of me? Yes. Did I cry occasionally? Yes. Is that the point of this story? No. So, what had happened was, alright, so check these. Why am I nervous to tell you this story? Anyway, I was in middle school, maybe like 7th grade, and I remember I was friends with this guy. He messaged me on Instagram, said I was cute. I was like, oh my god, you think I'm cute? And no one thought I was cute in middle school. So like, I was 100% flattered and excited that a guy was actually interested in me, because I was what you say, boy crazy. I was a little boy crazy in middle school. I just wanted the validation that somebody wanted me, you know? So this boy told me I was cute and everything, and him and I started messaging on Kik. If you don't know what Kik is, this is what Kik was. Obviously it doesn't exist anymore because we have Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all that other stuff. And it was just basically another means of communication. It was kind of pointless, really, if you think about it, but I guess it wasn't pointless because on Kik you can get away with a lot of messages and not have your parents find out. My parents trusted me and barely ever went through my phone, so I didn't have a problem with it, but all my other friends had Kik, so I was like, why not? Let's use it. So we were kicking back and forth. I remember my Kik username was Cuppycake523. Yeah, that's me. Anyways, we were kicking and the conversation was going pretty good. We would have, you know, regular conversations. What are you doing? Nothing. Oh, that's cool. I'm doing nothing too. That's cool. And then he started calling me pretty again. So I was like, okay, if you think I'm pretty, then I should think you're cute, which he was. He was a decent looking guy. So it's like, oh, you're cute. He was like, you wanna know what I'm doing right now? I was like, what are you doing right now? And he sent me an unsolicited picture.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
The first PP pic I've ever seen in my life, the first PP I've ever seen in my life came from a friend in middle school on Kik Messenger. Was I prepared for it? No. Anyways, I ignored that message and I did not respond to him for about a year after that situation. I was, what you say, traumatized. Our first interaction happened in like 7th grade. I am now in like 9th, 10th grade. He's in 10th or 11th grade, so he can drive. Anyways, so after about a year, I felt like, you know, we both had some time to mature, and he messaged me on Instagram again, saying that I was attractive and stuff. So I was like, okay, cool. You know, we can text and see where this goes. So we started texting, we started FaceTiming, and he kept complimenting me. I knew not to call him cute for real because I already knew where what? I already knew where that got me the first time. As we're FaceTiming, he starts telling me like, oh, I really want to take you out. Like, I want to take you out on a date. Like, this could be real. This is you and me. Like, I really want to take you out. I'm like, bruh. First of all, you don't know my parents. My mother was a teacher and my dad is a dad, basically, times 10. And he's like, you know what? I don't care. I want to take you out. I will meet your parents if I have to, this, that, and third. So I said, okay. I'm gonna ask him. I ain't never asked my parents to see a boy a day in my life ever. So I get nervous. I asked them and they said they're cool with it. They're actually pretty cool about it. Well, forcibly cool. But you know when your parents like are forcing themselves to be cool about a situation they're obviously uncomfortable with? Yeah, I was one of those. Anyways, so they said as long as they met him before the date that he can take me out. So the day comes and he's supposed to take me out on a date. I think it was a Sunday or a Saturday or something like that. And my parents actually had an event to go to. What did they have to go? Was a funeral? I think my parents had to go to a funeral. He was supposed to pick me up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. My parents and I were waiting for him in the living room. They were ready for the funeral and I was ready for the date. And he ended up texting me saying that his car was still in the shop. Note, he said still, which means it was in the shop when he originally planned on taking me out on a date. It was still in the shop, so he had to use his brother's car. And I didn't have a problem with that, you know? So he finally gets there an hour and a half later. And when he gets there, my dad invites him inside. Basically, they have a little take care of my daughter talk like we were gonna be anything serious one day. And my dad asked him what took him so long. And he was like, oh, I had to practically beg my brother to let me borrow his car. And that's what I believed and that's what my dad believed. So my parents go to said funeral and I get in the car and drive down the street with him. We ride down the street for about 0.5 seconds until we get to the stop sign at the end of my road. And I see two men standing beside the stop sign just waiting there. He tells me to get in the back seat. I'm like, why? He says, just get in the back seat. My bros are about to come in. So he gets in the back seat, I get in the back seat, and guess who gets in the front seat? His brother and his friend. It turns out that he was not able to borrow his brother's car, but his brother did agree on giving him a ride to my house. And to look good, he dropped his brother off at the stop sign in front of my neighborhood and pulled up to my house to make it look like his brothers weren't with him. So by that time, I knew I was not gonna get no Red Lobster and be taken to no mall. His brother ended up taking us to their mother's house. I remember it being really sketchy around there, and we walked up the stairs. It was like a 2-story apartment building, and his mother's apartment was on the 2nd floor. We walk up the stairs, and I'm thinking like, okay, I'm meeting his mother. This is only fair. He just met both of my parents. But no, his mom isn't there, and his brother and his brother's friend left us at the house to go play basketball at the YMCA up the street. As we're sitting there, it was really kind of awkward because I'm like, what am I doing here? I'm supposed to be eating some calamari right now or something. He picks out the only movie that's out on display. It's some vintage movie. I don't even remember what it was called. I just remember it was super old and super boring. And he starts playing it and we're watching it and he keeps asking me to do stuff with him. And I'm like, bruh, nah, I'm not trying to do all that. You know, he keeps kissing me and kissing is fine, but anything farther than that, I'm literally in 10th grade. I wasn't mentally prepared for that. I actually matured very late. Anyways, he kept asking me like if I was sure I didn't want to do anything. I was like, what do you mean am I sure? I said no, bruh, like what are you talking about? But, little old naive I almost let him convince me to, you know, do stuff. Not, but you know, stuff that I have never done before. And I'm thinking because he's taking me on a date, you know, he must be serious. He must really like me, this, that, and the third. Ugh, little naive Danny. Don't believe men in high school. So I pull my pants down. Long after the movie started, we probably replayed the movie like twice. And because that's the only movie that they had. Ha! There's no cable. Just one vintage movie that they had on repeat. That played for a while. I got bored and I was like, you know what, fine. Pulled my pants down. By the time my pants were to my ankles, there was a key inserted into the lock at the front door that goes into the living room where we were at. When I tell you I never sprinted to the bathroom so fast, grabbed my shoes with my pants at my ankles, closed and locked the door. I had never did that so fast in my life. I put my pants up, put my shoes on. Turns out I left one shoe out in the living room and I only have one shoe in the bathroom with me. And I had a knee-high boot, so it was a big old boot shoe. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, his mom is out there. She's gonna see me with only one shoe on and I already know what's up. So I get nervous, but I gather my bearings and I go outside. I go back into the living room with one shoe on And turns out it was just his brother and his friend, and they see me and they're like, oh, so you guys were a little busy while we were gone. I reassured them, trust me, no, we weren't. He just kept kissing me to the point where my lips are red and I'm black and my lips aren't supposed to be red. After that, his brother and his friend decided they're ready to take me home. But before we go home, we go to Walmart. And Walmart is where people went to have fun because I lived in a very, very small town. We go to Walmart, we're just walking around, literally just walking around Walmart looking at stuff. And we get to the mirror aisle and I see my best friend. And I'm like, Deja, is that you? She's like, Danny, is that you? Yes, so we start talking. Mind you, if I didn't mention this earlier, we're all like close acquaintances getting to know each other. It actually ended up being like a decent friendship with the brother's friend. But other than that, things didn't get very far, honestly. But so I see my friend Deja, and me and Deja start talking. We start hanging out with them for a little bit, and I begged Deja to take me home. Well, I didn't have to beg her. I basically was like, bro, can you take me home? And I told the boys, I was like, she might as well take me home because my best friend Deja did become my neighbor later on in our lives, which was fantastic, super fun. And they were like, oh yeah, sure, go ahead. So Deja ended up taking me home. I didn't even go home with this man. Like, he didn't even take me back home. And I go home and I tell my parents how fantastic Red Lobster in the mall was so that they wouldn't think that I had a terrible taste in men at the age of 13 to 14, however old I was in 10th grade. That happens and I'm chilling at home. And I get on Facebook because Facebook is what was popular at the time, and I see a status posted by my date's brother saying, and I quote, my mom said that whoever my brother brought home must have been sloppy and in a rush because she left her hair tie here. I did take my hair tie off my wrist, but for no other reason besides it was new and too tight and it was cutting off the circulation to my wrist and I forgot it there, bro. And people are laughing at it in the comments saying, oh my gosh, hee hee ha, no one knows it's me, but I know it's me. I know it's me. And even my date was laughing in the comments. I called him so quick. I said, bro, can you tell your brother to delete that status? He's like, what are you talking about? What are you tripping for? Tripping? Tripping? I said, bro, tell your brother to delete the status or I would literally embarrass you in front of everybody on Facebook. Sure enough, they both said I was being dramatic, but the status was shortly deleted in about 20 minutes. Was not seen by too many people. Nobody knew it was me that he was talking about. However, I knew. After that, I never talked to the boy again. Like, how are you gonna, how dare you? How dare you take me to your mom's apartment with one vintage DVD and then to Walmart after you promised Red Lobster and shopping? Does that even make sense? No, it doesn't. It doesn't make sense at all. I literally never said yes to another date to this day. I go on dates with my boyfriend and that's because we just agreed to like go out to eat or something and we call it a date because it is bonding time. But I literally said no to every other date just to avoid the hassle because he Alright guys, that is the end of my story time video. It was short and sweet and to the point, but still quite scarring. Anyways, let's get to what you really want to know, and that's how to win this Google Nest Mini. All you have to do to win this Google Nest Mini is follow me on Instagram, comment on my post in this outfit with a blue heart and a GN for Google Nest, comment on this video and tell me what your favorite holiday is, like this video, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will be checking every single social. If you don't follow me on those, you will get extra points if you follow me on TikTok, Twitter, and Snapchat, and I will leave my @ right here. And yeah. Do all that and this can be yours. So that's it, huh?